Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and I'm bringing you today our podcast number 48. Today's been a very warm day here in Sydney, Australia, and it is the 14th of September 2023, and we were celebrating one of our national holidays, which is Are You OK Day. This is why I'm wearing yellow, to show my support and my lovely badge that one of our friends made at work. So what today reminds us and encourages us to do is when you actually ask someone, hey, how are you, or are you okay, to actively stop and listen, especially when you know the person that you're asking and you see them very often, whether it's a work colleague or a family member or a friend. You usually know the difference in the tone of their voice. Well, that's how I try to gauge how they are, or the expression on their face. So sometimes we just get caught up in life, I think, and it's very simple to just say, hey, how are you, and move on and not even listen or hear the answer. So I think that's what today is all about. So in my workplace, we make sure that we celebrate today and encourage the whole community to get together and support each other. And as a special treat, we all got to enjoy a little Kit Kat. So here it is here, just as a little reminder that, you know, life is pretty sweet after all, and that if we all stick together, well, let's be real, we can actually help each other, lead with kindness, and I think we should be okay. So this is why I'm wearing the yellow and my little badge. And as I said, it has been quite a warm day, so I've got the short sleeves out today and the very, very wide arms, but that's okay. You know, I'm by no means a beach beauty, but that's so far away from yarn that I really should get back on track. So I do have my clipboard as always, guys. I have my notes down below and my pen because we need to get through a few things. So I'll put my chocolate over here for later on. Now, as always, we all know that we need to start off, because it is Thursday, with Tile of the Week Thursday. Now, what's Tile of the Week Thursday, you may ask, especially our new friends, because I am very, very happy to say that we've had some new yarny friends join us. So welcome one and all. So here it is here, guys. This book, 100 Crochet Tiles, was gifted to our friend Sam over at Manford's Makes. Now, Sam and Mike, they decided, well, Sam did, and Mike came along for the ride initially and has stuck with her the whole way. She pledged that she would make each and every tile, and all of us can do the maths, and we all know now that it's going to take about 2 years for that to happen. Now, there are some wonderful tiles in here and some not so wonderful tiles in here. Everyone has different experiences, because I myself jumped on at tile number 25. I just couldn't resist because it looked like so much fun, and so many other yarny friends have joined us along the way, including Josephine, who has sent her tile in this evening, and I will show it to you along with mine. So if you want to see more than just my experience or Josephine's tonight, if you type in the hashtag Tile of the Week Thursday, you will get many, many hours of viewing. But please make sure you go and visit Sam, because she's the OG. She has her playlist ready for all of us to check out. And that's how I actually discovered Sam and Mike, how I tumbled across their channel, and we've been wonderful friends ever since. Very, very lucky that that happened. So this week's tile is tile number 58. Can't believe we're up to 58, guys. We're nearly at 60. So that is pretty cool, I think. We're just powering away. And this week's tile was called, where is it? I think it's called, here it is, Snowflake Sweets. Let me just show it to you. It is a very pretty tile. Now, it is another mosaic tile. And it only wanted us to use 2 colors this week, 2 solid colors. There it is. Can you see that? It is 21 rows with a border. Now you will see how different mine and Josephine's look just by the way that we placed our colors. So I'll let you know what colors I've been using. And what yarn. So this week I dipped into my stash, because I used 7 different colors, all 8 ply or DK weight marble yarn. Look at this, guys. The balls are getting smaller. Soon they'll be finished, and I'll have to get another lot of them. But isn't that wonderful? Another ball band. Anyway, so this little sky blue here and the white is what I used this week. And I did use, as always, my 5mm hook, because I'm trying to make them as uniform as I can, even though they're all very, very different sizes, so that I can put them all together in the end and create some sort of little memory keepsake blanket of this wonderful, fun journey that we've all, joined along. And I have to say, it has been a lot of fun. Now, this week's tile, although it took a while, it wasn't very difficult. So there's mine. I really didn't get stumped very much except for one row, and then I looked at the chart that comes with it and I managed to finish it. So there's my tile, and now let me show you Josephine's tile. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, as usual, Josephine is using her colours from her colour pack from Ophelia's Talk and her 3.5mm Clover and More hook. Now, Josephine did say that she is slowly running out of yarn from that pack and she might have to dip into her stash for some different colours, but at this stage this is still part of that same stash pack, I should say. So thank you so much, Josephine, for sending in your beautiful tile. Now let me put them side by side. A little bit different in size. There you go, guys. Can you see that? How awesome do they look together? Absolutely beautiful. So what do we do, guys, when we finish with Tile of the Week Thursday? Tile number 58, tick, done. We don't have to worry about that anymore. Now, next week's tile is another mosaic tile. All I did was have a little look to see how many rounds or rows, and it is going to be another big one. It's going to be 20 rows from memory plus a border. So let me just pop this on the floor here so that it's out of the way, and I shall tick it off my list. I just love this part. It's just so, I just love it. It makes me feel so accomplished. Now, as I said, Tile of the Week, Josephine contributed. And now, while we're showing other people's makes, not just mine, let me showcase some of your beautiful makes. Now, our lovely friend Shirley, she has some beautiful blankets. Now, let me show you the first one while I talk about it. So basically, the two blankets that I'll show you, Shirley's going to be sending off to Camp Boggy Creek, the blanket drive, and a little preview for next week. After I printed these blankets off, Shirley did let me know that there was another email that came across, and I didn't get an opportunity to print off the photos for you guys. So next week, stay tuned for another gorgeous blanket, and let me tell you, it is simply stunning. So this blanket here, let me just read the stats with my glasses because the light's in the way and I can't see my writing. Just one moment, please. Absolutely love this colorway, by the way, Shirley. It is beautiful. So this color here, can you see that? Oh my goodness. So this is the light blue Red Heart speckle yarn and RH soft white. So there's the white there, the soft white. So what Shirley did, this is a stitch that I haven't seen before. It's called the Wheatsheaf, and the tutorial is by Hooked by Robin on YouTube. So the way that this blanket is worked, you do 2 rows of the white, and then you do the blue, and then what you do is you flip it over and you continue with the blue, and then you do the border in white. How gorgeous is that? I really need to look into this one, Shirley. You're always coming up with new ideas, and of course I get hooked and I have to look at them. So there's one of the blankets that's going off to Boggy Creek, and then there is another beautiful one as well. Let me get that one for you. So the second one that Shirley's got, and I've got it here so you can see it, and I'll read her little stats off the other one, and I'll show you the yarn in a moment that she used. I absolutely love these colors. So Shirley said that this is a premier puzzle yarn, and the color is Crossword. And she used the triple crossover double crochet for 1 row, and then the half double crochet, all US terminology, by the way, guys, for the next row. And then Shirley said, and I totally agree with her, we love these colors. These browns are stunning, absolutely gorgeous. And here is the yarn here, in case any of you haven't seen it, like I haven't seen it before. And look at the stitches up close. Absolutely stunning. Thank you so very, very much, Shirley, for sharing your 2 beautiful blankets, and what a wonderful project that you're sending them off to as well. That is just so beautiful. Now, Shirley also said that she has sent off some more scarf sets and beanies off to KK Crochet for their Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach Drive. She has sent quite a few sets across, so well done to you, Shirley. I'm sure that you're very much appreciated for all that you do. I think she said 12 sets and also quite a few shawls, which she had already, well, some she's been crocheting of recent, but she's had them in her little box where she makes things over the last year. So they've come really handy and they're going to be very much appreciated by the recipients this year. Now, I do know that they're still looking for donations. So if any of you have an opportunity to do so, please, send whatever you can. So that's that one. And as always, our wonderful friend Liza has been busy, and wait till you see her gorgeous little butterfly. Isn't he cute? Now he looks like crocheted eyes, eyebrows and a little mouth. And Liza said she's been very busy this week, but she managed to make him, and she's still working on her squares for the Crochet Society Advent Calendar for 2022. Look at him in his little jungle in there. Absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for that, Liza. And then I have a couple of physical blankets to show you. Now, my friend Jane from Coco's Crochet Corner said that I can showcase this blanket. Now, the yarn that she used is this blanket yarn, which I have as well, which we purchased in Millends. There it is there. And then for the border, she used some velvet yarn, and I'll show it to you now. And look at the little applique. Oh my goodness. Now, let me just show you like this so you can actually get the full view of him. Isn't he gorgeous? So basically, and I'll tell you the pattern in a moment. Sorry. Let me just hold it for you so you can actually see what I'm showing you. So there's his little face. So he's made up of the two ears, the face and the trunk. And then we popped in the eyes. And there's a little bit of stuffing in there, a little bit of padding. Can you see his 3D? I'm not sure if you can see that. So that way, the little baby who's using it won't be able to get pricked by the back of the safety eyes, and it'll make it nice and soft. But the stitch that Jane used is the half double crochet. And she used an 8mm hook for it. Now, the applique, let me get my glasses on, because she did get it off Instagram, and then she purchased it off Etsy. So it's Nella's Cottage. And for the applique, she used 4-ply acrylic yarn and a 3.25mm hook. And it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Look at this, guys. And there's the little border around it as well. Can you see that? So this is that really, really soft velvet yarn. I can't open it, but look, you can get the idea. So some little happy person will be receiving this, and they can keep them nice and warm. So thank you so very, very much, Jane, for sharing your gorgeous blanket with us. I really do appreciate it, and I'm just so happy that I got to showcase it for you and for all of us to enjoy. Now, our other friend Lisa from Coco's Crochet Corner, well, she came in last night and she had also finished a blanket that she'd been working on for the last couple of weeks, and it is gorgeous. Now, wait till you see this one, guys. This is her stitch sampler blanket. Look at all those wonderful stitches. I'm not sure if you can see them all, and all those wonderful colors. And there's her border up nice and close. So basically what Lisa did is she put together a variety of stitches, and she used her Marvel 8-ply yarn, which is the same yarn that I use for my squares. And it's a DK weight yarn for those of you, that want to equate it. And she's used about 7 different colors that she just had in her stash. And she just chose some random stitches that she just wanted to try out. And she made this amazing, gorgeous blanket. Now, she used a 5.75mm hook for it. And this is going to be gifted to her son's girlfriend. So how lucky is she? So I know that they can't wait to collect them next week so they can pass them on to the very lucky recipients. So thank you very, very much again, Jane and Lisa, for allowing me to showcase your beautiful work. It's always nice to have something physical in as well, isn't it? So let me just tick them off my list before we get on to our next part of our podcast tonight. Now, I myself have been a little bit busy this week, and I have managed to start a new whip. And last week, some of you may remember that I did purchase this yarn here. So this yarn here, I got it on sale, or instead of $5 a ball, I think I paid around $2 or $2.60. And it is such a beautiful soft velvet yarn, 100% acrylic. There it is there. And at the time I thought, you know what, I'm going to team it up with some tan that I had and a charcoal color. So that's what I've done, guys. Let me just pop those back into the basket. Absolutely love that basket. So I'll show you the blanket and then I'll tell you how much yarn I've used. Now I'm actually making a corner to corner blanket for my daughter because she loves these colors, and I'm just past halfway. So in total I'm going to be using, 17 balls. So I'm up to ball, I've done the 9 and I've got 8 to go. So here it is, guys. I'll show you from this end and then at that end. So I started off at this end. So each section that you see is one whole ball. And then I continued, and then to introduce the tan, I'll put one in there. Now this is halfway here, and I've just started with one ball of charcoal, and then I'm going to continue with the variegated and the tan all the way to the end until I finish with the variegated at the end. It is so soft and squishy. No, I haven't sewn in any of my ends because I'm just trying to power through it. Here are the ball bands. I've got them here. I'm collecting them. That's going to be awesome, popping them into my little collection for the year. And I have been using a 7mm hook with it. Although the yarn says to use a 5mm, I just wasn't getting the drape that I wanted because it is quite dense, this yarn. And the other thing that I did, guys, too, so this is something that you might want to think of if you haven't already done it. This yarn was slightly, so the variegated, slightly thicker than this yarn because they are two different types of yarn. One of them is the Bella Baby Nippers and the other one is this Yarn Maker. Very, very similar, but only slightly, this one, sorry, was slightly thinner. So what I did is, so in the traditional way of doing your corner to corner, like the granny style one, you actually crochet 4 like the 3 chains and then the 3 double crochets, but to achieve the same thickness, when it came to this yarn here, I only did 3 chain and 2 double crochets. So it actually worked out perfectly. You can't tell any difference when you run your hand across it, but it just wasn't going to be so bulky and thick when it came to these colors here, like the tan and the charcoal. So I just thought I'd share that with you because that might be something you want to keep in mind for future if you're, in a predicament where you think, oh my goodness, the yarns aren't identical, one's a little bit thicker. Well, there's a solution to make sure that it, works out so it looks nice and even. Sorry, my headband's falling off my head. Oh, and by the way, this headband is from Glenda, a creative grandmother pattern. I absolutely love this headband, and I did have a spare in case a friend needed it, and I did gift it to my beautiful girlfriend Marina. So we decided that every year we're going to pull them out and wear them on Are You OK Day together. So I just thought I'd share that with you too. So that's one of my whips at the moment, and I'm quite enjoying making this blanket. It just glides off my hook, that yarn. I'm absolutely enjoying working with it. So I hope to have that finished very, very soon. And I will be doing a border around it as well using the charcoal and the tan because I don't have any more than 7 balls of the variegated. And I have made myself like a little chart so that I follow it. I mean, it's very, very messy, but so that I have a little plan of what I'm doing. Please, no judgments on how messy it is, but at least I know what's coming up next as I'm crocheting away. So that's that one. That's my little whip at the moment. Now, I do have a finished object. And I absolutely love this finished object. I used some of my blanket yarn that I purchased in Milan's in a yarn haul recently, and I am doing a little mini series which is crochet with blanket yarn, and this was part of episode 3 that came out the other day. If you haven't seen it, please go and do so. And I made this gorgeous little basket. Now this is a medium-sized basket. It holds quite a bit of yarn in there, at least 4 100-gram balls. You can also put in your notions pouch, or 3 balls and your project. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got the little handles, and I absolutely love it. So that is an FO for me for this week, and I was so very, very happy to be able to finish it, because now I can use it, and I have been using it, so that is wonderful. Now, another project that I'm working on, and I guess you can call it a whip, I guess, because it is a work in progress. So I am trying to finish, and I don't know if I will achieve that, but Crochet Society Advent Calendar 2022. I've been trying to make some squares every week because the new calendar will be coming out very soon. I think they're shipping it off in November. So this week's tile is actually quite pretty, or square. It's called the Snowflake, and I will show it to you now, and then I'll tell you how, or like what I used. There it is there. Now I think this is known as tapestry crochet. I never thought of it that way. It's the one where you carry the yarn in the back. So there's the back of it there. And you just use the two colors and you carry it across. This was a lovely square to make. I didn't watch the YouTube tutorial and I didn't follow the pattern. I just followed the picture, which I thought was pretty awesome, and it actually worked out. So I used these two beautiful yarns. So it is a Coco yarn, and it's DK Confection, I think they call it, which is an 8-ply yarn. This color is Sugar Mouse. So pretty. And then this one is the same one we used last week, Edelberry. So part of the square last week, the colour we used in this week. And I've been using the polymer clay hooks that have come in with the Advent calendar. And this is the 3.5 millimetre. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's so sparkly. I absolutely love it. So this is the one that we finished this week. So that was square number 10. So I do have quite a few to go, guys, 14 to go in actual fact. So next week's tile is, let me show you, we are going to be at number 11. So we're almost at halfway. Wouldn't it be great if I could make two? It's going to be called Fir Trees. So it's that one there. Bit of a glare there, sorry. So that's the one that I'm hoping to have ready to show you next week. So that's that one. Now, another project that I'm so happy to say that I actually did finish and will be shipping it off this week, so I thought I'd better show you, is the Squares for Comfort project that I've had going for, there are a group of volunteers in Newcastle here in Sydney, Australia, who put together squares, and that's all they ask for you to donate squares 20 by 20 centimetres, and then they put them together and give them to veterans and other people in the community in need. They generally ask for the darker colours, but if you send in like softer colours and pastels and lighter colours, they do give them to the children at Ronald McDonald House. So I think that will be my next project, because this time I went with the darker colours. I will show you the colours here that I used. I think they work together very nicely. They were based on this colourway here, and then I got the navy, the light blue, this one here, which was all the mix, the light grey and the dark grey. Now I crocheted a total of 35 squares, because I worked out that to get the blanket size that they need, which is 1 metre by 1.4 metres, you needed 7 by 5, which is 35 squares. And for all of my squares, I used my favourite hook in the whole wide world, which is my 6mm hook. And I did use the Spot Saver USA style yarn, and I've managed to finish 2 whole balls, which is great. They're 200 gram balls, which is pretty good. Oh, except for the this one here. This is 140 gram balls, and I used 2 of these. So some of it has been some of my stash, so I've gotten rid of some of that as well, which is awesome, and 3 complete balls, so that is wonderful. So that will be going in the post to them this week, so I'm hoping that they'll get it sooner than later and be able to create the blanket that they need to give to someone. Now, the other thing that I need to remind you, that tomorrow is Friday, the 15th of September, which means our Crochet Society box number 44, the voting's going to close for projects 1, 2, or 3. Excuse me. So I'll know which one you want me to crochet up for you, and then I'll be able to bring that to you. So please, if you haven't already done so, please do vote. You've still got a little bit of time to do that, which is great. And last but not least, I'm very lucky that in the post this week I got some happy mail. Excuse me. I went to my post office box, and there was this beautiful thank you card from KK and Kristen at K&K Crochet, just to thank me for my very small donation of 20 beanies for Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach Program. And I'm very happy to say that they're very close to, getting to their target. So please, excuse me, contribute as much as you can. Apologies, everyone. I've got a bit of fibre in my throat. This always happens. There we go. Feels so much better already. So that's pretty much it, guys. I think this is my cue to say goodbye. I hope you're all well. Please share whatever you can and would wish to with me in my email, in the comments down below. Let me know how you're all doing and what you're working on. Apologies for the way I sound right now. I hope you're all well. Take care, and I shall see you all in another video. Bye-bye, everybody.